Welcome to your August 25th Power Hour meeting with Caitlin, Carly, and Claire Fulton. And we're excited to confirm, as per Zoom, Paige had her baby. Miss Remy Ray, another Fulton sister. Fulton lady.
Another showing lady.
She's super cute.
4th generation.
Yes. Right, Claire?
Claire's really excited about it.
No, this was a big one. This was like 7 pounds.
She was a big one.
This was a big Fulton baby.
Usually Fultons are like 6 pounds.
Yeah. She was
Yeah,
neat.
Carly told me she was solid, and then I picked her up, and she was not very solid. She was
when she was fresh.
tiny baby.
Yes. Very exciting, though. Next gen. Thanks, guys. Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yes.
So crazy.
She's a Leo Virgo cusp.
We have to decide if she's a Leo or
She's
Virgo.
technically Virgo, but somewhere she's a Leo. So
If she's born in Toronto, she's a Virgo. If she's born in Vancouver, she'd be Leo.
Ooh.
yeah. So she's on the cusp.
Actually, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So I think she's both. That's exciting, though. But yeah, mom's doing good. So that's good.
I love how we're most concerned about her zodiac sign.
Yes, it's a big deal.
That's funny.
How was the week? Did anyone run open houses, or are we mostly in summer wind down mode right now? I know the
should
parents
be
are kind of
quiet.
getting ready for school, doing shopping, getting organized. Are agents doing the same thing?
I partied all week.
That's part of your prospecting, right?
We're getting ready for the prospecting for the fall.
Saturday night.
Yes, still busy right now. Lots of happening events and things like that. Did you see a lot of open house signs? I didn't see
I
so
actually
much.
saw one on the way to Paige's house yesterday. Somebody did one on off Shoal Point. I don't know who it was, but I saw one of our open house bag signs there. So I don't really know. Do you guys know who has a listing over there? Someone was out there.
Fair. I know people are out and about because showings are still happening. We type a lot of offers still. Sunday was a bit quiet, but on the Saturday it was busier. But yeah, otherwise I think it's summer wind down mode. Just fine. CNE's halfway through, so. What's happening in the world of sports?
How's baseball?
Baseball's great.
Are we still killing it?
I'm about to buy playoff tickets right now.
Whoa.
Okay.
So you got a bunch of tickets for your...
Oh, yeah.
September 25th, we have about 20 people going to that. You can still buy tickets.
I think our jerseys were delivered today.
Yes.
So if anyone's coming to the game, are you guys going? The jerseys were delivered today. So we
Yeah,
can
jerseys were like
They're like Century 21 branded
Blue Jay?
jerseys.
buttons.
I don't think there's anything Blue Jays about it.
No, they're gold.
Oh, they're gold color?
Yeah.
But should be a good game to go to.
Yeah. I've been to 2 games this year, and I couldn't tell you what happened to either game.
Same.
But but it was really fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I don't know, but that's okay. All right. Well, do you want to talk about the breaking news first, or are you going to address that first?
That looks like an important topic.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the most important thing first.
Yeah, I
right?
think,
Yeah.
just go straight in for the breaking
Okay,
news.
So your RECO insurance, is that the one I'm talking about?
Oh, no, that's not what I was talking about.
So RECO insurance there. So most of you guys paid your $500 for your RECO insurance, which is good. But I'm guessing probably about 5 or 6, 7% of the people did not. So I think you're going to have another reduction in population.
Yep.
I wanted to print out the membership this morning before I did it, but that's hard to find nowadays. So I started to look for it. I couldn't see it. But I think we're going to see another 5% drop anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
In agent population,
Yeah.
which is consistent with the way the market goes. This is something we've all seen back in the 1990s. Same thing happened in the 1990s. The market changed. Prices dropped back then about 30%. And we lost about, you guys remember, we lost about 25, 30, 40% of the agents left.
Yeah, I think they were around over 30,000. They came down to 17,000.
Right? So yeah, so about 50% drop. Eh? So back then it was much more crazy than it is today. But still, we're going to see a reduction there. And those people that have not paid yet, we've sent information out. How many? You guys got notices, right? You guys got notices from RECO, notices from us, right? So some people say what? So I get confused sometimes. So maybe those people are out anyway. So you don't know. Yeah. So that's our things to do today, right, Jenny? So.
Yeah. Jenny's got her list.
Welcome back, Ginny.
And some people just not included. I know some people don't get it, right? And a lot of people get confused with all the different fees between your insurance fees and your license fees and your RECO fees, TREB fees, insurance fees.
Well, they don't help. The timing's not ideal.
And then the timing's all different.
Like, you've already paid for TREB through the year, so it's sort of a shame if you don't renew your RECO, because you've already paid. You're not going to get money back from TREB, but you have to make a decision now to keep your RECO. So
Yeah. So there's a lot of.
But Treb's going to come again in December. So when we start talking about fees again, it's not for this. It's going to be something totally different.
So we'll stay with RECO for a little bit. So, okay.
Everyone in this room is paid it,
Everybody in
right?
this room is paid.
Yes, I can. I have. I can see it.
Except for one. You have to guess which one it is. I'm kidding. What was the other thing now? Do you guys even care about that iPro?
Yes.
No, do you?
It's all over the
I
internet.
care because it's interesting. Do you guys care?
I think
Yeah.
you should care if your clients are asking you about it.
Probably the most popular post on Hackers group right now.
Yeah, like
for
I
sure.
even my articles today, you can tell that like that's the major thing because there's nothing else about real estate. It's just iPro stuff.
All right. So I'm going to tell you something which is probably good news, but to me, it's what do they say? It's a nothing burger,
Yeah, it's nothing sandwich.
nothing sandwich, nothing burger, or something there. So the way it's going to come down. Just to recap for everybody here, this Brokerage iPro back in May was discovered that there was a shortfall in their trust accounts. And back in May it was like $10 million, and then they found $2.5 million by supposedly selling assets, so they got down to $8 million or something, 8.5, whatever it is, 8 million. And then the registrar, Joe, asked Joe, if you guys had any deals. I've had deals with Joe, I didn't like Joe, but anyways. Well, not Joe himself, just the policies. So he decided on his own, which it's not a bad plan what he did as far as I can see, and I'm just guessing. You never found out any further information. I'm just guessing. This is strictly guessing what's happened. But I think the registrar tried to work with them to try to close the deals so that everybody would get paid and nobody got hurt. So since May till August, he was cooking up and trying to figure, okay, let's get this deal, let's get that deal, let's try to pay everybody, all the agents get paid, all the consumers get paid, pay back the money, I think.
I will say we had deals that we were getting paid on. Like I checked, so we did receive money.
And if you read what the registrar said before he got let go, saying that all the deals are going to close like normal. You remember reading that? So and then because he tried to save us. Unfortunately, he's the scapegoat. He tried to save the public by not just going bankrupt and everybody have to go to court. Blah blah blah. He was trying to get these deals to close so everybody got paid. Unfortunately, everybody jumped the gun a little bit and called him. What are you talking about here? You didn't charge this guy. You didn't charge him for stealing money. You didn't. You let his license go. You didn't take him to professional standards. They just gave up their licenses and that was the end of it. So that's the thing that part everybody got mad at, saying, "What do you mean these people stole money? They never got charged. These people, they lost their license, but they never got charged. What's that all about?" Now the money is huge. Okay, $10 million. But I've read other cases on RECO where money has been missing from the trust account and the broker has replaced the money and he got himself a fine. So this is almost the same type of thing. I don't know why it wouldn't happen in this case other than being $10 million. It's a huge number. So anyways, all the media got into it and the agents got into it, Reddit got into it, and the CEO from RECO thought, well, they thought, I guess there's not enough transparency here. Let's just fire the broker, make him the scapegoat. Or fire the registrar. So they fired the registrar, and then today you got notice saying that they're going back to not paying anything. So here they screwed up again. So now to the email you got this morning saying even though the registrar tried to get everybody to pay like normal, let's get this thing winded down in a good case. Now the RECO's taking the position, no, we're not going to pay anybody, and it has to all go through RECO insurance. So now even though we would have got paid for a couple of deals we had in September, now we've got to go through RECO insurance, which is going to take another time. They've frozen all the accounts now, which they should have done back in May. But anyways, they've frozen the accounts, so everything's going to be up in there and everything's going to be through insurance. I think everybody's still going to get paid. I still think the registrar's original idea was to make sure everybody got paid, which I still think that's going to happen, but now it's going to take more time because now we've got to get involved with insurance. Luckily for us, the brokerage, we've got about 8 or 10 properties that we sold of theirs, and they only sold one of ours. We sold one of theirs, and they sold 8 or 10 of ours. So they owe us 10, we owe them 1. So I think we're okay there. So that's why I say nothing burger. I think everybody's going to get paid. I think now it's just going to take a little more time. What does the public think of all this? Is the public's been told that they're insured, like the deposit monies are insured? Commissions are insured. Commissions insured. Everything's insured. Maybe not to the maximum, but I think by the time things settle down, I think we'll all get paid probably everything. So I think, as I said before, it's a nothing burger, but it is it's a wake up call just to pay attention to what's going on. if you have brokers out there that are offering you all these great deals here and all these wonderful things, and they do this and they do that and they do this and do that, and you give half the money back to the seller and you still get this, blah, blah, blah. There's only 100 pennies in a dollar. Everybody has to pay for secretaries. Everybody has to pay for heat and hydro and electricity and
Rent.
paper products, and I'm just talking about the basics, not even the marketing side, just how to run a business. And you just can't do it with that business model. That business model does not work. But they all, I think 1,800 of the 2,400 jumped over to a new company called iCloud. And I think that what I was told, that they thought by switching to iCloud they're going to get paid. Somehow by switching from iPro to iCloud they have a better chance of getting paid. But no, it all goes in the pool anyways, it makes no difference. So,
Interesting.
it goes on. It's an interesting one that I can't imagine they took out $10 million, and then I think that they must have returned the money. But again, they're not telling us stuff.
They're still not being transparent.
And they're still not being transparent. They wrote us a letter today saying, oh, they're going to look into it and have a report by September 30th.
Oh, and who wrote this? Who's it from?
And they're going to write another report for October 30th. This is the CEO of RECO, not the registrar. So just so you know, there's RECO has CEOs and board directors and so on and so forth. The registrar is the representative on the Ontario government.
No, those are my favorite people.
So everybody else you talk to are employees. The registrar himself is an employee of the Ontario government, and he's the one that oversees and represents the government with RECO. So he'll be replaced by another bureaucrat. This guy here, Joe, came from the funeral business 15, 20 years ago, whenever it was. So he'll be just replaced. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect anybody. It's not the end of the world. I don't think anybody's going to be, nobody's going to be out the door. Nobody went bankrupt, as far as I know.
No, but the sentiment that I'm hearing online is that real estate agents are already looked upon as being nice, sort of decent people. So this doesn't really help the image and perception of real estate in the world.
Correct.
What happens with brokers and owner of that office?
Well, this is where the problem is. So the question is, what happened to the owners of the office? They lost their
iPro,
licenses.
yeah.
They lost their
both lost their
licenses, but they never got fined and never had jail time.
Well, that's.
So what the new CEOs do, what the CEO of RECO is doing, they're trying to see if they can reopen that and address that problem.
Anybody can go in office, open office, and steal people's money and go away with that.
No, but I'm not defending the registrar, but it sounds like I will. He was trying to, rather than close the guy down and force him into bankruptcy, he was trying to collect the money and make sure everybody got paid.
Maybe they'll do that
But he
later.
never told us that. He told us, hey, this guy lost $10 million. We think we're getting it back. It's going to take us so many months to get all the money back. Everybody get paid. Then we can see the plan. But there is no plan. Or
All there is
I
is
assume
speculation
that was the plan.
and conspiracy. And,
But
yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know. Nobody told me anything. I'm guessing everything. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah.
We're all guessing. Right? I candidly wrote to the girls, what a retirement plan for somebody, right? Yeah, I took the money. You tell them they took the money, and they say, well, don't do it again.
Okay.
Here's my license, and see you later.
Yeah, right? I'm off to Florida.
That's what James is saying.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't mind losing my name.
That's what I said. I
That's right.
I gotta retire. Here's my license.
They'll stop talking
I'm
about
moving
it
up
soon.
north. I'll take my $10 million with me, and I guess I'll feel bad. But you know what? There's 70,000 agents. There's probably, I don't know, how many brokers are there? There's
10,000.
It's like
no
10,000.
brokers.
11.
No broker records. I think there's
Broker records
I think there's
left, yeah.
1,800.
Are they?
Could be wrong. But anyway,
I don't know if broker records. I know brokers was about 10,000. Or broker records, I'm not sure.
brokerages. How many? There's
Yeah.
10,000
Brokerages?
brokerages. 10,000 brokerages for 70,000.
Must be under
agents?
2,000.
Anyways,
Yeah.
one in the last how many years now? When was the last time this happened? 1990. Okay, so it's there's lots of bad apples everywhere there, but it happens so infrequently. You know, like our own trust accounts, for instance. So I sign the trust checks, but then the trust checks have to go through Heather. They have to go through my accounting department. They have to go through our CRA. So that there's so many eyeballs can see what's going on there. So it's impossible for me to do it. I don't know how these guys did it. So unless they all got part of it, I don't know.
Of course they do.
Well, I don't say of course. You don't know, right? So you don't know. The other thing too with the registrar himself doesn't make these decisions by himself. He sits up in an office someplace. If you're, another story. But he sits up in an office. His lawyers, his people that work for him, they all gave him advice, and he made the final decision. But everybody else knew about this as well. It wasn't him by himself.
Correct. It's not a one-man show.
It's not a one-man store, so he's taking the brunt of it. But it just tells me that
There has to be something bigger.
there's something going on.
We're getting fined for showing up 30 minutes late to a showing.
Like a lot.
Like I was going back at some of my emails to RECO and some of our fines, showing up early, trespassing, showing up 30 minutes late, and then this is happening. I don't know. There's something more that's happening.
With like a slap on the hand.
Yeah, no, we're missing something.
$6,000 fine for
No.
giving a lockbox to your
No,
clients.
not covering your. Yeah, no.
Steal
But-
millions, no problem.
No, there's something
And
happening.
we've had an audit. We get audited our audit was back in 21 as well, around COVID, right? So, and theirs was 21 as well.
Yeah,
So we
that's
get
21.
audited every 3-4 years. And what they also say is that the people that are on the edge, they get audited far more than the people that have been around. Like the legacy brands like ourselves, who've been around for a long time. Every time they come in, it's pretty much, I'm sure we make mistakes, but it's pretty much rubber stamp.
Yeah.
Whereas these other guys, maybe not so much.
Like it's a name count. So look at it, it's a Percy Fulton. When it's you talk about Percy Fulton, it's everybody knows about it. Everybody has different treatment about that. But when it comes to like it's an iPro, who the hell is
That's
iPro?
true.
Exactly.
Like same like other brokerages also, like 1 or 2 agents and they become like broker of record. And
I know.
They have all own office.
Yeah.
They
I tell you, like, running a brokerage it's not you got to be you got to know what the hell you're doing. I'm not talking about the business side or the real estate side. I'm talking about the back end of it. You got to know exactly what you're doing for the back end because there's you guys know yourselves, okay? You have a dry period for closings, all right? Brokerages do too. So you got to make sure that you compensate for that. So I'd like to know what they did with the money.
I don't think it's a bad thing that it's happening for people to recognize what's happening in the world, but some transparency would be nice.
I know one broker years ago, he got caught, he got fined, he lost his license and not jail time, but I think probably a suspended sentence or something there. But his accountant went to him and said, look, you got all this money sitting in the trust account doing nothing. Why don't you invest that money and then make some money on it? And he said, oh, okay, fine. That was his story.
Yeah, but they put it on GIC. That's
Yeah,
what they do. That's what I'm
but if you don't know, like your accountant tells you this, so you think your accountant is telling you good information, right? But there's RECO stuff that the accountant doesn't know about.
Yeah. Be very careful.
Anyways, so I'm hearing good things about real estate.
Me too. I couldn't find. I think it's interesting when you read the headlines. Like when you can't find a lot of negative, I think it's a good sign of the market.
Agents are coming to me now saying
I
that
think
they've
so.
got 1 buyer, 2 buyer, 3 buyers. They got people starting to come out of the woodwork now. Things are starting to happen. Maybe the prices have dropped. We had the. If you can get into that, want me to do stats? You want to do that?
No, go for it.
So we had the CPI, the cost of living, went to 1.7, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And this was it September? We're expecting the announcements for the interest rate.
Yeah.
17th of September, and the Americans had a bit of a drop as well. Actually, the Americans, their CPIs, I think it's 2.1. Anyways, the Americans and the Canadians now are talking about reductions in the interest rates. Not big, quarter point. Is that good news?
I think so.
Absolutely.
And the concern is that by decreasing the interest rates, will that increase the prices? And I'm saying not this time.
I don't think it will.
I think
It's not enough.
I think what's going to happen in July, it happened as well. The prices were here, and the buyers can afford this. And then in July, the prices dropped how much?
5%.
5%. And now the buyers could afford, and now they started buying it. We had a 10% increase in sales. So if we reduce the interest rates by another quarter point, that means that more buyers are going to qualify, not the price. More buyers are going to qualify. So I think we'll start to see some motion.
Yeah.
And they'll still keep these stress tests.
They're still going to keep the stress test. They might change it later on, but right now so I'm starting to see some light.
Yeah.
Nelson, you busy on the weekend there?
Got a few calls, yeah. There's some activity going on for sure.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
Is August sales activity?
Yeah, so August sales as of the 24th. So we've got 29,000 active listings. It's actually gone down a little bit. We were over 30,000 at one point. So it's gone down a little bit. Freeholds are 17,000. Condos are 12,000. Vacancy is still around 34% overall. 42% of all condos for sale right now are vacant. Sales are 2% ahead of August last year. So we're sitting around 3,800. Freeholds are up 5%, and unfortunately condominiums are down 5%. So we know that too, right? Condominium market's still interesting. Sales over 101%. There's 17% of all sales are selling over asking, which means that approximately 80% are not. Okay?
That's going down and down, by the way.
That's going down. Right? So that's not bad. Daily 160. So if we did 160 per day, August would end up with 4,900 or 5,000 sales, which is not huge, but it's better than 3,000, right?
Yeah.
Projected months of inventory about 6 to 1. So if we still had like 29,000 active listings and we did about 5,000, okay, what's 30,000 divided by 5? 6, right? So it's what 6 months of inventory right now. So you've got one chance in 6 to sell your property. If it's not selling right now, it's prices aren't going to go up, so you got to adjust your price, right? August 17th for the leases, we're almost 17,000 active leases, 8,000 are freeholds, 4,000 are condo. Vacancy is about 51%, so it's a little bit more than the sales. Leases are actually up 15% from last year, but they're down 11% from last month. And all the students are moving in, right? In the universities, all the kids are moving in this week.
Yeah.
So I would have thought sales are up 15%, but minus 11% from last month. I guess maybe the kids all moved in last month rather than this month.
Kind of makes sense with all the August leases we did. Yeah.
They're all moving in. So. Yep. Good. That's my pitch.
That's your pitch. My articles are very random, so if you have sales stuff, you can keep
I
going.
got
on
some
that.
stuff here. We got one fellow here. Remember my famous? I got too much stuff.
That was a really
No.
exciting moment. That was sounds like a good one.
Remember our famous property on 36 Charlotte?
This one's
Our poor
not
guy.
even-
Remember 36
Can someone
Charlotte?
reach out to him?
Someone needs to let him know we've been talking about him for like a year.
So he made the Toronto Star, talking about how he couldn't sell his place, couldn't give it away. He bought this place. He's not going to give it away, I guess. That would have been in. When was this article here?
It's been, yeah,
July 24th. So it's been a year.
Yeah.
It's over a year.
over a year.
And he's saying that he bought this place and it's. I forget what he paid for it.
I think it was like 6 something.
652 in 21. 652. So, anyways, he had it listed at 669, 639, 619, 569, 599, 649, 639, and the latest price is $999.
No.
$999.
No. Why?
Why?
Did he make it bigger?
He's not working the other way, so
Did he buy
it's
the
luxury.
adjoining unit?
It's a luxury unit now.
So he's asking now $1 million for it. So.
The interesting thing is just the price change.
Why doesn't he just
also.
do like $399?
It's not a full new listing, so I don't even know.
Is it for sale or just?
It's for sale.
It's for sale on MLS.
It's for sale.
It's on MLS.
And it's listed with one of those discount mirror posting companies, so they got their money already. They don't care.
I think he needs to sell it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's trying to create a wave in the market and make some
Like headlines.
weird
He likes being in the news.
Imagine going to buy that one and just putting the address in Google and it's all over the news. No one's going to buy that.
Somebody should go give the guy a call and say he needs some help. I thought
You need a new strategy.
No, it's true.
it's probably
What was the original price on that one? Where you did the price change?
$639 or something. Way back.
So weird.
Good.
Oh man, just a bit of a history lesson. Toronto's painful 90s housing crash came with neon hair, wild rays, and a condo collapse. And at least one of those things is back. I don't know if it's the neon hair or the wild rays, but I think it's the condo collapse that is back. This is an agent telling the story around 1989, around the time where you had to tell the sellers that their homes were worth tens of thousands of dollars less than what they bought it for. He was calling lenders on their behalf of owners who couldn't make the mortgage payments. It's around the same time when the pager came about, and then 1989 came. This is where the market tanked, and they're in the exact same predicament as we are right now. So oversupply, lots of investors, and lots of huge losses. So same thing that we're going through right now. In the mid-'80s, there was a glut of condo investors that spurred a steep run of home prices in Toronto. So same thing, the fear of missing out, interest rates became lower, people were just all coming in, and then between 1985 and 1989, home prices went up a whopping 151%. So from about 109,000 to 274,000. So then by 1990, some of those investors and first-time home buyers were now handing in their keys over to the bank. So pretty similar to what we're about to see now, but maybe not as harsh. Was that true? Was it? Do you think?
I don't remember condos being.
Condos being the issue?
Remember condos being hit hard in the 90s?
Very much so.
The
Yeah.
condos? Okay.
That they're saying the same thing, condos.
Anything like a suburb, they were not selling at all, just like this
Yeah.
right now. And anything downtown, like in downtown Scarborough or downtown Market, they were okay.
It was okay? So yeah,
What we were doing in 1990, similar here though, not condos but houses. Canada Homes was building all north of Steeles here, and people were buying those for I don't know $120,000 and the trailer and go in the trailer and sell them in the parking lot for $20,000 profit. So they go into the builder and get a deal, and they go out in the parking lot. Everybody lined up, and they'd sell. Anybody want to buy what I already bought, and they get $20,000 just by selling it the second time. So
Yeah.
and then some guy got greedy, did it once, and then he did it 4 times, 5 times, and then they got burnt. All right, they got caught.
no, it's true. Yeah,
So-
Last time the recession was almost 9 years.
Took about 7 years.
They say 7 years.
I call it 7 years of hell.
7 years of hell.
We're saying 5% agent is not renewing
Yeah.
the license. So every year that will be the same.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the case. I mean,
Hopefully, yeah.
That time was easy to get the license. So just only 3, segments, and so now they have to go through, so.
Yeah.
That
And
changed.
expensive also.
That changed a long time ago. That changed when I started in '90.
Yeah.
I did a 6.
Yeah, they're saying 90s recession was deep and prolonged. People lost their jobs, weren't buying homes that they could have otherwise afforded. That led to a sense of uncertainty, which is very similar to a trend we're going through now. Now, this article is saying that they think that it's going to be even worse this year, and I don't necessarily think so. There's a lot of differences between then and now. Back then, credit cards were also new, so that was a new and exciting thing for people to be able to take money out of credit cards very cheaply, where now we're a little bit more controlled in that. Also, back then, the Bank of Canada was hiking rates up really quickly, very fast as well, which we're not doing right now either. So I think
the thing is like that time. At that time,
Exactly.
people lost their jobs.
That's
Now
right.
They haven't lost their jobs.
Yeah.
That time, a lot of people moved from here.
Although at the same time, I am reading that the unemployment rate is very high right now, and we have the most amount of EI submissions. It's up 13% right now. So that just means people are not taking jobs. Like, they're losing jobs, but they're also not getting new jobs, and they're relying on EI right now. So that's sort of interesting to me as well. And I'm seeing on Reddit, if you look on, there's like a board about Toronto unemployment, and it's the young people that can't get jobs right now. And these are kids right out of a high school or about to go into college, and they were looking for summer employment. And I saw one kid, he had made like 400 applications to like Tim Hortons and retail and tons of stuff, and could not get a single job. So it's very interesting what's happening in the world right now.
They're
I know.
hiring local people.
I don't mean our immigration's lower though too. I don't think it is that either. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of opportunity out there right now for what people want to do. I don't know.
it's all Trump funds.
Maybe it's EI.
I think 800 immigrants just this year. And on a student visa and the other one. So
Yeah, but it's a lot less than what we've had previous years for sure, right? Yeah, it's down. It's still up though. Like overall, it's still happening, but. The rest of Canada condo market starts are not doing so bad, but for some reason Ontario is dragging down the rest of Canada. So I'm reading stats about Vancouver increasing their housing starts, Calgary increasing starts, places like Montreal are doing well, but for some reason Toronto in particular in the GTA is really struggling with both resale condos and pre-construction condos. So it's not just one or the other, it's both worlds they're really struggling with. They're saying it's a result of building tiny micro condos. I don't necessarily think that's just the sole reason alone, but for some reason in Ontario we're really struggling to get our housing starts going. I don't know what would make us so unique from other provinces.
I think the prices went up too high.
Just too crazy. They are saying it's not necessarily the permitting process, but it's the cost of development that still remains very high. And I don't know if we have control over that or not, but for some reason Ontario has very high development costs.
I don't think even it's the cost of development, David. It is the value of the property gone up so much that it's nobody can afford it.
Just what Claire just said, yeah.
If you're new, you have a new job, like it's $50,000, you cannot afford to buy anything, even for one small condo.
Yeah. Is it that the buyer pool changed though too? Like it was previously mainly investors, right? And now mainly our buyer pool is end users, and I just don't think they want condos anymore. So, yeah. I don't know what the solution though is either.
So RBC's talking about here the same type of thing. RBC's saying that with the new builds, okay, we know that new builds right now is hardly anything, right? They're down about 70% or something crazy over there, way down in Toronto, but not across Canada. Across Canada, new builds are actually up 4%.
Yeah.
But Ontario is down about 25% according to CMHC. But what they're saying here is that there's going to be a crunch. So if nobody's building anything now for today, and particularly condominiums, let's say, it takes years to develop something there, that there may be a bit of a shortage. And they're thinking even as far as 2026.
Yeah.
So if you've got a buyer thinking, hey, I want to wait, well, there might be less inventory later on, and eventually we're going to be back to immigration. Whatever they stop, they're going to go back to immigration again. So it's going to be more demand at the same time. So if you can swing it now, you might want to buy sooner than later rather than waiting. That's what they're saying here.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying now is the time to buy a condo, and in particular, though, a resale condo, something that's available now, especially in like an older building as well, that might be a little bit more stable and secure and has the layout you're kind of looking for. We talked a little bit about this last week, but a lot of the condo market is driven by people under the age of 35, so that still is a market for people like that to get into the market and get into condos. But the prices have been down, so they're already down to what even before 2021. So now the average price is about $642, which is still sort of high in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, because of the pressure and future starts, interest rates coming down right now, and it is a good opportunity to buy condos, they're saying. They're also saying about 40% of people that are buying these condos are single or solo buyers. They're not couples or families, they're single people that are buying a condo. And then the other thing is, your not downsizers, but your people that moved out to the country in a remote sort of setting are now having to come back to work a couple days a week. Those are people that may be particularly buying smaller condos in the CO1 area, downtown core, and they may be okay with a studio or a one bedroom as well. So there may be a market for like that soon. That hasn't happened yet, but that's either going to turn into people coming back into urban cities, or it's going to turn into layoffs as well. So we'll see what they say.
So the article is also suggesting that maybe some of these renters here might want to reconsider buying the smaller units, right? What's a small condo selling for now?
About 500, 550.
Because now aren't they like, are they like 350 or something?
350.
We've seen a few in the threes, yeah. Oh, this is trauma still for Alex.
So
It's also
I-
promotion.
So I did a little thing last night myself. I didn't write it down. I did a little calculation. What I wanted to find out was what would it cost? How much down payment would somebody have to put down to pay $2,200 a month? And I was trying to say, like if somebody's paying $20 a month for rent,
Yeah.
what would it cost to do the same in a condo? Fortunately, the condo fees screw it up, because your condo fees are going to be $600 a month, let's say. Your taxes are going to be $200 a month, so that's $800 a month right there. That leaves you with 2,200 minus what did I say?
800.
Leaves you $1,400 to pay for a mortgage. And what kind of mortgage did you get for $1,400? Probably about $250,000.
Yeah.
So you almost have to have 50% down.
Down, yeah.
To pay the same as you're paying for rent. But I also read that there's $1 trillion of money coming from grandma and grandpa and their parents. It's going to be trickling down. And I've said this many times before. I read a book years ago called Die Broke. And what it says here is that rather than giving your kids their $250,000 if they have the means to do it, rather than giving the kids $250,000 when the parents are 85 years old and the kids are 60, the kids don't need the money anymore now. Why not give it to them when they're 35, 30? Give it to them now so they can get into the market. So you need to have that conversation with your clients. If you phoning clients, you've got older clients that have done well over the years, sitting in a house that's mortgage free. I'm not suggesting that they mortgage their house. I'm not suggesting that they borrow money. None of that stuff.
Just be
if-
cash.
If they've got the money sitting there somewhere in a GIC or something earning 3%, why not give it to the kids early?
Yeah.
I see no reason for that. Other people are the theory, well, I want my kids to make their own way and earn the value of $1 and so on and so forth, and then, okay, but as I said before, eventually you're going to die. You're going to give them the money anyways, and they're not going to need it by the time you die.
Yeah.
Help them get ahead while you're here.
And I'm also reading too that there's a collection of baby boomers who recognize that they benefited a little bit generationally from everything that's happened in our economy too, and so now it's their way of sort of paying back because our generations are facing a lot more hardships.
Now, when you think about it, the baby boomers are spoiled.
Oh, yeah, that's what she's saying in a nice
You're
way.
sitting on
Yeah.
a property you paid $400,000 for it. Today's worth $2 million. I mean, you didn't do anything, and you cut yourself your retirement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas you buy a house today, it's not going to happen.
No.
Or you move to Canada, you're new Canadian. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm also reading too, it's been really hard for seniors that are renting in seniors' home because they're not rent controlled the same way that our regular residential leases are. And so this is a little story about someone who's renting in a Whitby seniors community. 2021, they're paying about $2,700 for a large one-bedroom apartment, and now at 2025, the rent has gone up to $43.62. And this is because retirement communities are servicing, they're doing like food and some cleaning, and they're doing other services, and so that makes those buildings not rent controlled. So they are allowed to increase the rent as long as they give the tenant the right notice, so it's 90 days notice, and because of, they're saying it's because of labor costs and the cost of food and all these other things that they have to increase their rent, but that seems pretty crazy, and this is why people are not moving out of their homes, because this is the cost of rent inside a retirement community.
And that's
this
where
is
it's
not
the regular
This
one.
is not even a managed one. This is not your fancy 5-star
Amica.
Amica. This is like your regular community. This couple actually had to move to a different retirement home. This is in Brooklyn to offset the cost. They downsized into a studio to try to offset the cost of rent. So this is pretty scary. I'm actually really shocked that that's not rent controlled the same way our other residential leases are. These are 90-year-olds paying like $4,300 in rent a month. Like how long?
And
can
they've
you
probably
make
been
that
mortgage
last
free for a while too.
Probably. So it's a whole secular trend. If we need younger people to buy houses, they need somewhere to go as well. And they're not going to go to a condo necessarily, and they're not going to pay this much
Probably
in rent
cheaper to
either.
pay a nurse to come to them, or like meal services, all that
100%,
stuff
and
now.
they're not moving, and so there goes our inventory all over again. But this is what's happening in our communities here in Ontario, like for regular people. NDP did talk about introducing a bill to limit the increases on meals and care services in these homes, so that obviously didn't pass yet. And this particular company is actually a U.S.-based retirement home company, which is interesting. So they own a bunch of properties here in Canada, and they're the ones that came out and said, things like labor costs, benefits, taxes, insurance, these are why we have to increase the cost of our services there. And there's probably some merit to that too, but it's makes it really hard for our seniors to retire.
He moved up there in the retirement home
Yeah.
for $4,200.
In Cambridge, $4,200 a month.
And then in the first year increase was a $500 increase.
In his first year, $500.
$700.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is it like full service, like nursing, meals, everything?
Everything, yes.
Yeah.
And then he called me and said, "Can you help me out to move somewhere else?"
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Where do you go?
And they have
from
wait
there?
lists too, a lot of
How can I help
them.
you?
Yeah.
And he was lucky that there was across the street, the church, they had a connection with a different retirement home, and they went there, and he pays $3,200.
Yeah, good. And it's just still
All
high.
the building, all the
That's right.
facility.
I know.
They don't have much of like this. What he's
Yeah, yeah. So we still have an affordability problem, not just for first-time buyers, but for people trying to downsize and live out, age in place as well.
That's why the senior is not helping the kids.
Yeah.
Because
Some can't. Some don't
cannot.
have the money, right? They just don't.
You're talking about the people that can.
Do that can and do.
I'm not
yeah.
talking about the guy that all he has, his only assets is his house. I mean, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, on that note too, like I was saying, there's some stats about how our younger people are making up the biggest group of first-time home buyers right now, and a lot of them are single, solo people. And I remember too negotiating on behalf of one of my younger clients. She was female in her 20s, and the agent said, well, just ask their dad for more money. And I was like, that's very rude, by the way. Don't
really
ask
rude.
another agent to do that, because this particular woman was not receiving money from her parents. She'd worked very hard to get every single penny of down payment she could. And I said, no, your condo is only worth this much. There is no more money. We're not making the parents overpay for it either. So be careful. Some people are really hard earned. They're earning their own money to make this thing happen. A lot of our clients have done that too. And they're in that 30 to 40 year age range. So I think a lot of this pent up demand is people in sort of like a little bit above average, but they've been just saving and working hard, and they're just waiting out the market, seeing what's happening. I think they're going to come out to play a little bit soon. I think they've been working hard and saving some money, and not necessarily parents' money, but just, there's some high earners out there too that are a little bit younger as well. So.
Concordia University has an AI, and they said, okay, if the current building is depressed like it has been for now, how would that affect the resale market? And they're saying that if nothing really happens with the supply side of real estate, that by 2032, they expect the Toronto average detached house. Right now, the old home in Toronto right now is $1.4 million average price. They're expected to go to 1.8 by 2032. So, another reason, don't wait.
No.
Right? Can you see that happening?
Yeah.
2032 is not that far away.
No.
It's 6 years away, man. No.
It's true. I don't have much more.
You got it, Kate?
You got
I will look a little bit.
Okay, I got some more stuff. Okay, so Canadian mortgages, Ren's not here, but they had the increase in non-insured mortgages for last month increased by 27%. Applications for new mortgages, not insured. And they're saying the reason why it went up is because all those investors buying those condos had to close, and none of them wanted to put, most of them wanted to put 20% or more down. So a lot of them had to get financing to close the condominium. So that's where it came from there, but it's up quite a bit. So that's interesting. It was up like 27%. So that's good for Rand there.
Yep.
And one of my agents lives at the foot of Allen Expressway and Eglinton. I've talked about this before, right? So right, Allen Expressway stops, right? They just built the LRT going along Eglinton there. And now they're building something like, I forget the actual number, they're building more condominiums on Marley, on Eglinton, and all that whole area. The agent lives there right now. It says he doesn't leave in the morning because it takes forever to get the Allen Expressway. It takes just from his house. He could walk to his house. He could probably walk to that subdivision from his house in maybe 10 minutes. It takes him like 45 minutes longer just to drive. Anytime. And now they're talking about, Ontario's talking about building building new approvals for high density in all the new stations that they're building. All the transit stations, all LRT, subway, they're going to make all these approvals for higher and more density condominiums all around the transit hubs. So that'll knock down prices too, right? If you build more. So, good.
And that stuff's okay if our transit could handle it, but I just am not super confident in our transit
Tell
system.
everybody not to drive.
I know, but
people want to drive in transit. So,
yeah. And transit would be fine if it wasn't like a line and a U. Like we need more. So yeah, like
It's crazy.
they were supposed to be launched by September. Remember that company taking bets on it? Should see where they are now. Yeah.
Apparently they keep getting vandalized too.
Well, yeah.
The LRT stuff gets vandalized? What's vandalism?
Like breaking like the glass and the
Like graffiti and stuff?
Don Mills and yeah. The glass keeps someone keeps breaking the glasses.
Like for the people stand, like stuff like that?
Yeah, where you
Like-
stand.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
Can't have nice things.
Yep.
Okay. So last week, this is just a quick reminder for myself for you guys, but we had an agent that got new headshots, and then she said, okay, like, can you update where they are? So it kind of reminded me to remind you guys to check your headshots and where they are. Have you guys ever checked your realtor.ca lately? Maybe you guys should open up now and check it, but it just kind of did a reminder of which places you guys should be uploading your headshots if you guys are doing that, but realtor.ca is one of them. That's the public-facing website. So if anyone goes to realtor.ca and they look up your name, or if they look up your name on Google, usually realtor.ca pops up. So if you've got a really old headshot or no headshot, maybe it's a spot that you want to consider. Realm also has one. So if you guys are sharing any listings with people and you want to have your headshot on there, to show that it's your profile.
Also, Realm is where other agents can see that
Yeah.
profile. So if you want to be easily connected, like with your cell phone,
probably Broker Pay
I
too.
would put it in your Realm profile. If you don't want it, don't have it there. But that's where agents will look for your contact information. It's also where you can put like a website or a
Yep.
domain or your social media channels as well. So you can use it as a bit of like marketing for yourself.
Yeah, so like on that point too, while you guys are doing your headshots, like we're in a slow market right now, so if you guys are thinking about different ways just to kind of
Geo warehouse too. You have to do it separate.
Geo Warehouse, you got to do one. Your brokerage website, there's a ton of you guys that don't have your profile even on your website. It's just a giant C21, and maybe we're a little bit private, but I do think the consumer does like to connect a face with the name a lot these days. So we've got a little bit of shy people there, but for those of you that aren't, what's that? Yeah. God.
But you should put something like
Something
a
should be
logo
there.
or a C21 or like a something.
I don't know if it's like a traditional way. I don't know, like if you guys just didn't do
I think
headshots back in the day.
1980s picture looks fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so
exactly.
too.
You haven't aged a bit.
That's right.
That's another thing. If you guys do have an old photo, just take it off, because when you do show up with a new client, it just
Or just
doesn't look
throw
as
it in
good.
AI and just ask it to update it a little
Fair.
bit.
Yeah. Other profiles to think about: Google Business Profile, which we probably should do too. Actually, is updating your Google Maps, LinkedIn, your Facebook profile, so business and personal, your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel, and Twitter. And then of course, like even just updating like your email signature. Some of us put our faces on our email signatures, your CRM. So if you're using a separate CRM, it's nice to have your profile there. If you're doing any e-newsletters, presentations, so if you do put on your buyer-seller presentations, going back to the profile photo, usually in the back of it you would, or if you've got any marketing that's out there for postcards and all of that. So it's also important to, I think, keep a professional, consistent look, so maybe 1 or 2 different headshots across all those platforms. And I would say headshot. So if you guys have, I've seen some agents will post like a photo that they took with their family and then they cropped everyone out and then there's like trees in the background and stuff like that. Try to like actually go get a headshot. And like Carly says, you can probably put it on ChatGPT, take any photo of yourself and just say, make this a headshot. It'll probably do that for you as well. But just a reminder, just to do a double audit on your profiles just to see if you guys are missing any links there.
What I like what you've done on yours, that Y stamp.
Yep, Y stamp.
Y stamp for your signature line on your emails. It looks very nice.
I get a lot of compliments actually on that from a lot of agents, even
really
other industries. So if you guys have ever gotten an email from any of us, you'll see like our profile photo, our title, and a bunch of links. You can connect or you can book appointments on there, but it's called Wise Stamp. It's a free app. I think a lot of you guys in this room actually do use it, but
I tried it,
That's
I
a good
couldn't put it there.
couldn't do it.
I signed in and everything, I couldn't.
We
do
can
it.
help.
Yeah, I know that there is a tricky thing with Wise Stamp because you have to add it on every platform that you use. It doesn't follow you around. So if you're using a
Even
desktop and all that.
I couldn't do one.
Yeah.
Everything else I could do, but not that one.
That one's, we could help probably. I haven't updated mine in a while, so I should probably double check on that one as well. Wise Stamp, yeah. Other news, is anyone using email marketing right now or doing email marketing? No? Is anyone doing print marketing? Is anyone doing any marketing? Social media?
Social media.
Okay.
Events.
Okay. So email marketing, I love email marketing. It's one that I think I've talked about a lot in the past, but I just read this article here on, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I do. Just curious. So is anybody here? You're all doing email marketing. Just rephrase that question.
Sure.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Is anybody sending mass emails to their clients about real estate?
Not even mass. Are you sending individuals as well?
Either through CR Works, or
Gmail,
or like, but you're sending mass emails
Through my
on Gmail. That's the simplest thing.
CR Works as well. Yeah, even just individual emails. This would count.
That should be.
And through my
That
website
should be
also.
easy.
Exactly. So I'm going to talk about how you guys are there's a $100,000 mistake and 80% of agents are still ignoring email. So what this article is saying is that most real estate agents say that their biggest goal is simple, and that's just to generate more leads. But what's surprising is over 80% of agents aren't consistently sending emails, which is actually the easiest, most cost-effective way to generate leads, and that gap could easily be a $100,000 mistake. So when they're thinking about it, they're just saying one mislead or referral or repeat client can cost you about $10,000 to $15,000. You're usually probably missing a few deals a year, so that's how they got that $100,000. They did some surveys on agents' emailing styles. Over 700 agents were surveyed. There's only 11.69% of agents that are doing weekly emails. Only 7.42% are doing twice a month. 27% of agents are sending one monthly email, and 25.9% are doing an occasional email. So that's over a quarter of agents that are admitting that they do not use email, which is very surprising to me because it's literally probably the easiest way to market to people. So while agents say that leads are their number one priority, more than 80% of you are not consistently showing up in your clients' inboxes. So we talk about databases all the time and how every agent has a database, but a lot of agents kind of just let that list sit untouched. So when you guys do a transaction or you do an open house or you meet a new prospect, you get their email, you may have it on your CRM platform, but a lot of you guys are not even using it, and that's just leaving a lot of money on the table there. Do you guys know Alex Hormozy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I feel like you, Sam, would know it. Probably not a lot of people will know. He's a guy that sells a lot of like online products and stuff. I think they started in the gym industry, but he runs like a really strong online business. And he was just famous just last month because he did over 2.9 million copies of his newest book in 24 hours, and he sold it purely based off his email marketing that he does. He's a really good guy if you want to learn anything about email marketing. I feel like, what's their thing called? Acquisition.com. Mm-hmm. That's their main one. So if you guys are like wanting to look more into email marketing, Alex Hormozy and his wife do really a lot of good content on it, on how you guys can really grow a business in any industry using purely just email marketing. And that's how I try to teach you guys a lot with like lead magnets, stuff like that. A lot of that's what this guy teaches. So these are 5 simple ways to get started if you guys are thinking about email marketing. Sending one repeatable weekly email just to show that you know how to write a quick message. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. This guy talks about doing the deal of the week, maybe sending that out once a week to your past clients or whoever's on your email list. Do a nurture past clients quarterly. So we talk about this, doing a quarterly email to do like a CMA, for example. So maybe it's a bit more of a manual email that you send out to your past clients every quarter, just saying, hey, do you want to know what your house is worth? Or you're actually sending them a CMA that way. Growing your list with local guides. Make sure your emails actually get opened. So even keeping an eye on what gets open and what gets unsubscribed. So I think we've talked about how we were doing the holidays, for example, and we cut it out because at the end of the year, we realized that was our most highly unsubscribed email. So we took that out completely and swapped it out with a different type of email. And then leverage your done for you campaign. So you guys don't really have an excuse not to be sending out monthly emails because you all have access to CR Works, for example. That one sends out a monthly email on your behalf on the real estate stats. Hub 21 is your other option if you want. That will send out kind of all different types of emails. But everyone should hopefully be sending out one email a month, and hopefully it's part of your business plan that anytime you get a new email address, it automatically goes into your CRM, whether you're manually doing it or it's automated. But that's email marketing. Thanks. What were you going to say?
So the numbers I give every week, I just go to Realm, and I search for how many sales we got in this area here, and I compare it from last year to this year, and I put a number in. And if you want to send out email marketing to your past clients, you set up some type of routine there and just do it once a month.
Yep.
Or send out the market watch saying, here's the market watch. Why?
And it can just be one email to 100 people. Like, it's very simple.
And yeah, I mean, it's...
If we're not doing flyers or we're not doing open houses or we're not doing any of the traditional, we should be at least
But you could add that on your Instagram and your Facebook.
Well, that's the beauty. You can do cross promotion. You can grow your email from your social media as well. There's so many different ways to do it. And as always, we always tell you guys to reach out to Heather if you guys forget who your past clients are. We don't keep track of your clients' emails, but at least if you ask Heather for a list of all your deals, you can go back into your Gmail, look up your client's name, and probably put their email address in your CRM. I don't have much. We're not doing any training for the next couple of weeks, but I think our next big event is going to be September 10th. I'll send out more notice on that. There's going to be a real estate lawyer coming in talking about, I forgot what he's talking about. business losses. So stuff if your clients don't have enough money to close a transaction, what happens, the pre-construction type of stuff like that. So we're gonna have a lawyer come in and talk about that stuff September 10th. September 18th is Varan's event that we're trying to promote still. I think he's 50% sold on tickets. They are free. He's doing free lunch and networking, Endure 2025. It's at the new Durham Convention Center, which I didn't realize it's different than the Ajax Convention Center, so don't confuse the two. Usually most events are happening at the Ajax Convention Center, but this one, I think it just opened. So make sure when you're putting the address in, it's the Durham Convention Center. But there's gonna be Daniel Foch, Cheryl Cooper, and David Greenspan, who we all know. They're gonna be the speakers. And then in the afternoon, I believe they're doing a lunch and networking event with a bunch of real estate agents and mortgage brokers in the industry. So
Does it say
sign
where the
up.
Durham thing is?
It's not on here, but I know it's in Ajax, so I'd have to look up the address on Google. I'm sure it's on Google Maps. But if you guys want to sign up, there's a QR code there, or we've been sending out emails, or it's in the WhatsApp group as well. So I think you guys should all attend that for a fresh fall start. That's all I got.
Yep, Cindy.
Is there any Milton properties exhibition?
Any Milton properties coming up?
No, what happened is I received 2 calls from 2 people. Somebody is taking my name, calling people. There is a Milton properties exhibition. Sandeep has invited me. I have no idea.
An exhibition?
Like a.
Something. I have.
Oh, I haven't heard of anything. Have you guys
It's your
heard of anything?
event, eh?
No, I mean.
Someone's
my
using
name.
it.
I don't know whether such event really exists. But then 2 people called me. Sandeep, who is that guy?
So it's either fishing or an actual event. Someone Google it. Is that an event happening?
The other person.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Those are guys, Sandeep Dwivedi maybe, you know, huh? There's lots of construction.
There's probably a lot. Yeah, we'll look at it after. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any listings that you want to talk about or help promote, Alex?
Got a brand new rental listing at 921 Midland.
Nice.
Bed, 1 bath with parking.
I can't believe you didn't get any offers for that thing.
Did you get offers?
I had an offer for 280, but I was like, huh.
280. Wow.
Wow.
So the hope is that maybe we show a renter how much it costs to buy this thing. Maybe to come in through a rental and.
So what we did years ago, we wouldn't advertise the price. So you're going to lease it anyways, but we would advertise what it costs to carry.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than saying rather than buying this place for $350, you can buy this place for $2,000 a month
Yeah.
or $2,500 a month. Or
Put that
whatever.
on the lease side?
No.
On the advertising, like when
In your
you advertise, say you have this house here for at the time it was $3,000 a month or $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, and it didn't talk about the price.
So if I did like a postcard and mailed it out to the area and did that.
Right?
Yeah, or in your
Why
email.
pay rent when you can own this place for $2,500 a month?
Can you put that in client remarks? Are you allowed, or does that be like broker remarks?
Why not? Why pay rent? Why pay rent when you can with 20% down or 5% down, whatever the math works out? Why pay rent when you can buy this for $2,500 and you can walk to the subway? I don't know if you can walk there or not.
What's it priced at right now?
Yeah, I suspended it.
Oh, okay.
Try to create some FOMO. We're gonna lease it though. Yeah.
Because there's lots of stuff that's going for less than $400,000 now.
Yeah. Yeah, people live in these communities. There's people there.
The condos are slow.
I live around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think maintenance fee should be way high.
The maintenance fee.
If you sold
What's
that
your
impression,
maintenance on yours?
it
It's about 600, right?
572.
Yeah, it's not
So
bad.
so it's average, yeah.
Taxes are only $700 a year though, so taxes are $60 a month.
Thing about this building here is it's an old building built probably the 60s or 70s, but it's huge. I bet. I'm guessing the rooms themselves. How many square feet you think of that?
Like 550. It's not massive.
That's not bad.
One bedroom?
1 bedroom. It's got a big.
What was
suite
the
dining
address?
room.
Was it 921? Yeah, that's.
Remember the
There's an old building, it's a 1 bedroom, it's over $700, 700 square feet.
500 square feet.
Really?
Good thing is there's no units abutting it though. There's nothing around it.
Alex had a question that was interesting. Can he call it a townhome?
So the ground level.
Because it's a ground level.
Why not call it a bungalow?
A condo bungalow.
It's an attached
One
bungalow.
story.
They have attached
We're
bungalows.
trying to get like creative with
Why can't
something.
I raffle a property off and
Yeah, we talked about that as well.
Yeah, you heard about that.
We wrote the idea where everyone puts in $1.
You want to be the first guy to try an auction?
Yes.
Do a Dutch auction.
raffle?
Do a Dutch auction.
Do a Dutch auction.
We had a
We've
brainstorm
been
of
wanting
this.
someone to test this out, actually.
So everyone comes in with $1. Maybe you can get like 300,000 people with $1.
Did you guys get that email
And they
from Dunland?
That's probably where we came up with it.
Delaware listing? Did you get
Oh,
that?
that's from Hive.
Hive.
Well, do you sign
so-
up for Hive or no?
So there's a company here out there, and now we got our first email. What they're doing here, they say to the consumer, come to me. This new real estate company, it's just started, another disruptor. Right? Wonder how long they'll last, right? Anyway, so the idea here is that the seller goes to them and says, I want to sell my house. So they go to you and say, this guy here wants to sell his house. Who wants the listing? You can bid for the listing. How do you get the listing? You got to pay that seller to list the property. What? So you got to pay him $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 for the pleasure of listing his property. You can choose whatever rate you want, 5%, 2%, whatever it might be, but you're also competing with a bunch of other people who are doing the same thing. And then what they do, they take that initial deposit and they hold it in a trust account, apparently. It can't be a trust account. They hold it in a separate account. And if you get the listing and the property does not sell, you get that money back. If the property does sell, the client gets that money and you get whatever listing you agreed to charge.
Is it 30% they keep it?
They themselves, if you paid $5,000, they themselves would keep 30% of the $5,000 and give the rest to the seller.
Yeah.
But you're buying that listing. Does that seem attractive to anybody?
It's not bad, except that the first one came out this weekend. And
Delaware.
Do you know where Delaware is? Because
I thought this was a
don't.
Toronto
Delaware,
company.
Ontario. So so maybe it's attractive for the
Yeah, even I thought.
I think it's Ontario.
no, it's Ontario.
Delaware, Ontario.
Delaware, Ontario.
Someone Google it. I have no idea. It's probably like 4 hours
It's
north.
probably around London or Windsor or someplace.
So if you want,
200 people town.
I don't know.
Could be a 4,000. Yeah, could be a little farming community.
2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours.
I know. So that's the,
So it doesn't
Who wants
sound
to buy a
very-
listing?
That's
so
up for bid.
does it sound attractive, right? Yeah. I checked it up. It's a $5 million property. does that change?
Everyone's like on
does
it.
That change anything?
Whole town, Delaware?
Does that change anything?
No one's paying $5 million in Delaware.
The whole town?
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah, 2 hours away from here, so
Who wants to buy a
So,
listing?
I mean, good for the local guys. I mean, not you guys, but there eventually might be something here.
Yeah.
But it's another distraction, another.
other side of London, Ontario. So.
That's what I'm guessing.
there, you're correct.
There you go.
Sounds like a farmland.
Good.
So next week, no meeting.
No meeting, long
Oh, yeah.
weekend,
Long weekend.
school.
Kids back to school, so no training. We'll just everyone ease back into routine.
And then the following week, we don't expect everybody to get back to work till the following week, but hopefully you're going to have all your business plans. Hopefully,
We're gonna be doing back to school.
let's go back. Let's
In October.
Start to, let's get the email campaigns going. here. Let's get back to get Hub 21 going. Get your database together. Get your emails going. Get your Wise stamp going.
Get your presentations.
Get your presentations done. I mean, presentations we've been giving are very formal, very else, and now we've got the one-page listing presentations. And memorize that.
It'll be coming out as our back to school starting October 10th. We haven't released it, but it'll be a 4 to 6 week again, October.
Right, so get involved, and the businesses out there, your competition's leaving. If they're competition.
The part-time maybe.
Part-time guys, right? Interest rates we expect to come down. The cost of living's gone down, so I think we're ready for a bit of a push.
I think we're ready. You can see in the headlines. It's not very negative. It's not a whole
The
lot.
stock market last week hit another high, only because they're talking about reduction in the rates and that. So the stock market's doing fine. So what's going on with us?
Brand got a good deal last week.
Positive, he doesn't want to fight with the Trump. So
I think Kari did the right thing by reducing the 25% tax on the free trade stuff. You should have done that before. I don't know why. I guess retaliation. We're just retaliating. But now
well,
he's
he was
changed.
trying to be tough guy. So,
But did Trudeau do that or Kari did that?
No,
Cardi do it.
Trudeau did that, but Carney was following that.
I think Trudeau did it.
Trudeau did it.
Yeah.
I think Trudeau did the 25% retaliation tariffs. Somebody can double check me on that.
But however, Carney is right now trying to solve the problem.
Yeah, he's trying to get
Calm down here.
he's trying to chum up to the guy, right?
Solve the problem. So, but that's a good positive way.
Yeah. And I'm reading stuff now that the Americans are finally, the tariffs are starting to get into their pocketbooks now, so they're going to have something to say, right? It's been 6 months now. They're paying 50% for aluminum extra, so all the manufacturers that are buying Canadian aluminum now have to pay 50% more, and they're not happy about that.
Yeah.
Problem is, Chinese companies who they built over here, they're the one who they bring the aluminum from China here, and they selling it from here to U.S. It's not the Canadian companies these are the Chinese companies who they've been over here for decades. And they're the ones selling it to the Americans. And that's the problem.
You're talking about finished product or raw material?
Finished product.
Okay,
These
yeah.
are the problems.
So I'm concerned about the raw material.
These are the problems with Americans they have.
Yeah. Well, they're doing that worldwide. They'll ship something to, well, what did I read? The UAE, what was that, United Arab?
Yeah, it's Persian Gulf, the small Mickey Mouse countries.
They import raw aluminum and they smelt it and ship out finished product.
Yeah. They have nothing there.
So why would they do that there? It's the weirdest places. Why would you ship it all over there? But the advantage Canada has is Quebec has cheap energy. And it's good for the carbon tax, whatever they're doing there, the politics, all the carbon tax stuff, and that's so it's all good for that too.
The Ireland is the best thing. So they're selling over there, from there to coming over here to US without any taxes.
Yeah.
It was true.
It's Trudeau that did it, right? Yeah, so I thought. So Carney, by reversing that, Trump would be, good. All right.
Good.
Anyways, good.
So we'll see you in a couple weeks then.
I think it's going to be positive.
I think so too.
One more week to go and then
Yes.
back to work.
Enjoy the nice weather and last week of summer.
Back to work.
Bye, guys.